So obviously these are never easy. I mean, obviously good competition. How did you feel confidence-wise coming into this, and what went well out there for you today?
I've been playing really good. I shot 65 at the U.S. Open qualifying a couple of weeks ago. Just been playing really solid. Just hadn't been, I've missed 2 of these by playoffs and 3 by a shot. Made one. Played the PGA, and I'm in the U.S. Open and the Players Championship. So I'm going to get to play 3 out of the next 4 weeks. So that's more golf than I've played in a while. So, but I'm playing good. That was. I think I hit every green, every fairway. Didn't make any putts. It was just a solid round of golf.
So do you have to put the foot in the accelerator now to kind of get back in the flow of things, or do
No.
you play enough golf at home where it's just
I
kind
don't
of
play a
riding the
lot of
bike?
golf at home, but I've won out here on this tour. Matter of fact, I think I was either leading or tied for the lead here last year. And then shot even par on Sunday, so I kind of got lapped on Saturday, so I kind of got lapped. But these things are more nerve-wracking than playing in a tournament because I feel like that I'm supposed to make it, and so it makes it even harder.
Sure.
I just tried the old cliche, play one shot at a time today, and I kind of think I've kind of maybe figured these things out a little bit, so we'll see. So hopefully I might not have to play any more of these the rest of the year.
That would be nice. What did you learn from last year's experience?
You know what? It was the crowds here were unbelievable. I don't think they'd had a any type of PGA Tour event, in Wisconsin since we lost the Milwaukee tournament.
Right.
And I think I played in Milwaukee the last year they had it, and so the support from all the locals and people driving from all over the state to come here last year. Obviously, Strick was playing with Brett and Andy North, and I can't remember
Mark Tauscher, the other lineman guy.
Right,
So,
and so I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, it felt like a PGA Tour event and not a Champions Tour event. So I mean, it's hopefully the weather will cooperate. And it's a fun, it's a good golf course, fun golf course, and I think the scores are pretty low around there from what I remember. So it ought to be a fun week, so I'm looking forward to it. I can kind of get into more of my routine. These things you come in and you play the golf course for one time and play on Monday, so you don't really kind of know the golf course, and you got to shoot low, so it's kind of a catch-22. Do I hit it at this pin, or do I hit it over here? So these things are tough.
And when you said you've been through a lot of this type of situation this year, where you playoffs and whatever, when Kent comes in with a 64, given his resume, it's not all that surprising, is it?
Well, I mean, look, there's a lot of good players that don't have status. Kent played the tour for a long time, just like I did. We just didn't have superstar careers like a lot of the guys, and the system changed this year, and I went from being in or being first or second alternate to where I'm like 30th alternate because of what I did on the PGA Tour. Like I said, I've won out here.
Right.
I was hurt last year, only played 9 times, and I still made the playoffs.
Wow.
And I missed at tour school, and so I'm in this situation, and it's brutal. I mean, like I said, I feel like I can win it out on our tour.
Right.
And yet I'm playing in these things, so it makes it even tougher versus a guy that maybe hasn't had the success that I've had on the Champions Tour. To come out here and just free will it. I'm not free willing. I know what I got to do, and I know I'm capable of doing it, so I put a little bit too much pressure on myself at times.
Now, what changed about the criteria this year? Was there one category that they took out?
Well, they just kind of restructured everything, so it's more off of what you did off the PGA Tour, and so for a guy like myself, a guy like Kent, a guy like Guy Burrows, a guy like Stan Utley even, we didn't have those stellar careers, didn't make, because I think right now it's 18 million career money to be eligible, and I never won on the PGA Tour. I won on the European Tour, I won on the Web Tour, I've won on this tour, I won in my 5th start on this tour.
Sure.
I played half a year because of my birthday's in June, my first year, and still made the Swab Cup.
Wow.
And I was a little bit banged up in 14, and I finished 43rd on the money list that year. And every year except for the year I finished 43rd, that number got in all but one tournament, and I only got in 13 events, and half of them were majors and Hawaii. So
Wow.
I really only got in 6 other tournaments.
Wow.
And you know, I've been writing for. I think I was telling somebody today I'm 0 for 36 on trying to get a sponsor's exemption.
Really?
Yeah. So, you know, I understand there's a lot of other players out there that
Yeah.
maybe had better credentials on the regular tour,
Sure.
but I have proven myself out
Yeah.
on this tour, and yet I still struggling to get
Yeah.
that first exemption.
Yeah.
So
So you're in, and I mean, we learned from this thing last year, this qualifier, that the Frenchman was in the conversation. I mean, it's a fine line, isn't there, between getting from here up there and then being a factor, limited field, guys that know how to play.
well, I can tell you, there's a lot of guys that are playing in these things, and a lot of guys aren't even coming to them anymore just because there's 4 spots.
Right.
And trust me, you could take half of the field away that's in the tournament already and bring them over here, and they wouldn't qualify.
Yep.
You know, it's sad to say. It's just how it is. It's the way the system is. But there's
Sure.
a lot of good players that aren't given the opportunity.
Did they lower the number of spots here from 5 to 4?
It went from 7 to 4.
7 to 4
Yeah,
in this last year.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, it depended on certain
Yeah,
things,
certain
but
things.
normally it's 7,
Right.
was 7, and then sometimes it would be 6, sometimes
Right.
it would be 5.
Right.
Most of the time it was 6, I think, but it was supposed to be 7. But us guys are the ones that get left out on everything. You know,
Right.
they're not going to change any rules to where I'm going to be all of a sudden get to play again.
Right. Right.
So
Yep.
I have to earn my keep
Sure.
every year, just like everybody else is here. And the thing is when there's 4 spots, I mean, and you got to shoot, 67, 66.
Right.
It's a lot easier said than done.
Yep.
I don't care how easy the golf course is, but when
Right.
you got to know you got to shoot a number, it's tough.
Yeah.
And the thing I've learned is just to go out and play. You're either going to play good or you're not. And
Right.
like I said, I made one this year. I lost in 2 playoffs, and I missed 2 other ones by a shot. And then I had one where I shot 72 and wasn't even close. But
Right.
I think my scoring average on these things is like 67.
Wow.
So that should tell you right there how tough it is.
That should. Well, John, good luck at the Ridge.
Thanks.